We have a gentleman in the studio who actually, good brother, I can't lie to you when I say this. I've been hearing your name for a long time. I've been hearing your name for the past few months, past few years actually, running through the streets of Atlanta and making noise. And I've checked out some of your music before, but it seems like your career is starting to really take off and move you to new heights. Go by the name of DAMAR Jackson. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. Now, before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this interview, you have a new project out. We'll talk about that definitely. Yeah. But you're from the Louisiana area, and you're out here in Atlanta. And as I get mentioned too, I've been hearing your name in the streets of Atlanta for some time. So talk to me about your hometown in Louisiana and what brought you here to Atlanta.
Man, I'm from DeRidder, Louisiana, man, but I represent the whole state, man. And what brought me here was the music, man, just getting out of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? I was a big artist in Louisiana at one point in time, but I was like, man, how the hell I'm gonna get out of Louisiana, bro? I gotta get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get in some places with some resources, man. So I got an internship, and I act like I wanted to be at A&R. You heard me? I learned the game. After that, it was up. Straight up, I snuck in the game. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go back. I just went home to get my hair done and see my people. After that, I just stayed on the grind, man.
Now, I got a lot of love for Louisiana. I do a lot of running around New Orleans, though. What part of Louisiana?
I'm from DeRidder, it's Southwest. Man, so when you drive through the whole state of Louisiana, man, you got New Orleans, then you got Baton Rouge, then you got Lafayette, then you got Lake Charles. My city right next to Lake Charles.
Okay, I've been to Lake Charles before. Okay,
so 35 miles from Lake Charles, man. 337 is up, man. What's up?
Now, the music culture in Louisiana as a whole state, you know, the culture is big out there, and I don't think a lot of people realize the talent that lies there. So when you were coming up, did you have an ear for writing music? Was that something that you did? Was it something that came on later in years where you wanted to cats that wrote poetry as a youngin' in school? Like, what actually got you into writing and doing music? Because you do more than just write. You actually produce, as you did on this last project. We'll talk about that. So where did this whole creativity and flow for music come from?
Man, like I said, it's part of the culture, man. At home, like you pick up an instrument at a young age. I started off on the drums, but really before the drums, I was just making beats with a pencil and getting in trouble in school. You know what I'm saying? For making beats, and I'd be freestyling, rapping with my dogs. You heard me? So then it turned into actually playing the drums and me getting on the keys. Then going on the saxophone. So I'm a real musician, man, at heart. And it's like I said, it's just from home. That's why I love where I'm from, man. And it's in the music too.
So you actually do you play instruments?
Facts. Real musician, man. Like no fake, like no fake. You know what I'm saying? Button pressing over here, bro. Like I got a real keyboard, bro. I play chords, progressions, man. I study the game. You heard me? Guitar loops, everything. I put it together.
Now, a lot of people talk about the South. They talk about the chillin' circuit. They say if you come to Atlanta, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But they don't actually understand. Folks, I'm from Philly, and so I always try to tell folks, you know, like they see the outside of Atlanta. They don't realize. They're like, oh, you're in Atlanta. It's so easy. It's like, no, it's an artist on every corner. It's a media member on every corner. It's an athlete on every corner. It's a model on every corner. So you have to really work hard to stand out.
Exactly.
So what was it about your grind, or your craft, your marketing scheme, your business methods to actually get your name to the plateau that it is right now, to have labels actually bidding for you, to have artists and these women screaming for you at your shows? What was different about your approach?
Man, I just felt like it was just connecting the dots, being more strategic on the end of like looking where you need to go, where you need to be, making your weaknesses your strengths, man. So I performed everywhere for free. You know what I'm saying? Me and Danny was putting shows together. I was like, man, I'm going everywhere just to build a fan base. You know what I'm saying? I'm on internet doing remixes and covers and turning them into rap songs and putting videos out on YouTube, getting 500,000 views, you heard me? Like, just grinding, touching the people, man. So I'm a humble dude, you heard me? So I'm in the streets for real with my people, man. So you see me, you gonna pull up on me for real. You know what I'm saying? So when you touch the people, man, you can be a people's person. Then after that, it just keeps spreading. But the music is over with after that.
Much love to Diane, and shout out to her as well. I see her running and ripping through the streets as well out here. Now, you just dropped a new project, as we mentioned, Unfaithful, eight-track project, actually. And as we're looking at the track list for the project, you've done the majority of the production hits.
Man, the real thing about it, I'm just a real artist. You know what I'm saying? A real icon, you know, a real superstar. So what come with that is being able to do all of that. A lot of people can't do all of that. So the whole thing about me is like, if I want my project to sound a certain way, I'm gonna work on making my project cohesive. So I got in the lab, and me and my brother Big Fruit, we built the sound. It took years to develop this sound, so that's why can't nobody do what I do. There's only one me. So like, when people compare me to anybody, man, just keep your mouth closed, because they do what they do and I do what I do. DAMAR Jackson, that's my real name. Just like James Brown, Michael Jackson. You heard me? So just know that. That's how we come in.
So what was your favorite track when you were in the studio? What was your favorite track that you produced, and how long did the project actually take place to unfold?
My favorite track was No Protection, man, because I really did that from scratch, and the intro to it is just different. Nobody can expect what's gonna happen on that song, man. So that's how I'm coming on there. So The whole process of the project, man, it took a minute because it's really my real relationship that happened. So as everything happened, I would write it down. I would make these records, man. I'll hear a melody and be like, man, I'm gonna put these lyrics to this because I'll make a melody and be like, okay, let me write over this. I feel like expressing this on this record now. You feel what I'm saying? Then I put it together and just piece it together. You know what? This is a whole project now. We good with this. It's gonna express this because I still got the album to come next year. So it's gonna go crazy.
It's funny. I see that you put your real life, as you say, into your music. And
Yeah.
I've listened to a few of your tracks, and one of the tracks that stood out a while ago, you had mentioned something about your little cousin mentioning that she like girls and that we fucking strippers together.
Facts.
So I'm like, this boy wild.
Man.
And your grandma, I'm saying you're a savage
I'm
or something
heathen,
like.
man.
I'm like, this boy wild and
Damn,
whatnot.
my mama know I got a problem.
What has your family spin been on, like you being so real and including them in your music?
Man, there's ups and downs to it, honestly, bro. Cause you know they like, dang, you gonna tell them that? Even my ex-girlfriend, you know, she know the stories. I gotta deal with her still. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over with. It's still more to that story. Cause she got an extra addition to her family now that I gotta talk about. So it's gonna get real, man. So like I said, I just try to keep everybody's mind right. At the same time, be at home so I don't be so distant. So they be like, man, we see you talking about this, but you not here either. At the same time, so that's what I'm doing right now, just making sure I be on point, man.
Although you have this new body of work out, you've been taking, as you mentioned, the internet by storm for the past year or so, a little bit more than that, not only doing covers, but releasing your own music. So outside of this project, what has been one of your favorite records or a record where you feel like your artists get the best of you, where they get a moment to really see the real you?
It's coming out soon. It's a song.
So you feel like you haven't even put that?
Nah,
they haven't seen that part.
They haven't seen nothing at all. Like even this EP, man, it's brand new, bro. But that's just the beginning, man. I promise you, bro. Like I'm innovative, bro. I got albums. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's all I do. I'm a lab rat. You know Drake, you know Future. How they stay in the studio, man. I'm ×2. Like for real. That's where I'm finna go when I leave here. So what I mean by that, bro, is like I got hit records that I made that's coming out with people like Algie, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Me and Lucci got some stuff. Just know when they come out, y'all gonna be like, that boy for real. That boy for real.
Now you mentioned Lucci, that's one of your new label mates.
Yeah.
You're running around with TIG right now.
It's
Big out here. I've been seeing them. Actually, they've been doing things. Trinidad James back in the day, Rich Homie back in the day. Right now with YFN Lucci and him, record after record, it seems like a hit. So they have you on the roster. Yeah. And if you continue to drop records like this, it's going to be hit after hit Billboard records. So talk to me about how you actually link with TIG and what that whole relationship will be like.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing, man. Fly and JR, man. JR, he's one part of my team too, man. They linked up and got their stuff together, and we linked up, and Fly actually pulled up to one of my shows that was at a performance Diana put together at the department store. You know, like I always do, I went retarded, and Fly was like, oh yeah, we gotta rock with them, and it was over after that. You know what I'm saying? So I got the Warriors, Diana, Fly, JR, and RP Mel Carter, man. So it's up.
Now today, a lot of people hype across the world about this solar eclipse. You know, we're gonna see it in eclipse and whatnot. So I'm gonna do something fun with you for a brief second. We're gonna do something where I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to know if you could ever possibly see somebody eclipsing this person's greatness. You know, so for example, Michael Jackson. Could you see yourself eclipsing the greatness of what he's done and the records that he's put out and the impact that he's had on the world, the effect of that? So I'm gonna start you off with that. With you know the legends, the icons such as the Michael Jacksons, the Princes. What will you have to do to eclipse what they have done?
Man, first, innovative, not do it better, but do it different, like Steve Jobs said. You know what I'm saying? It's not about doing better, like I said. So that's what I'm doing. I'm over here doing it different, being strategic, putting everything together, just having my life planned out, man, to a T, even as an artist, as a musician, as a businessman. So I'm innovative, and I'm putting the Quincy Joneses together around me, the team. I don't want to do everything myself. You know, if I can do it myself, then my dream too small. So now I'm building. I'm listening to Leslie, the dude who mixed Happy by Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to JR and Fly, everybody around me. So I'm coachable because LeBron got a coach. So that's why I'm finna be the next Michael, because I am DAMAR Jackson. That's my real name, man. It's up.
So you just mentioned LeBron. I know you're a native of Louisiana. Yeah. So was Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
Do you think New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. will have what it takes to eclipse Jerry Rice and be the greatest wide receiver ever?
Hell yeah, he does, man. That dude is amazing, bro. Like, he's a pure athlete, man. That boy can play badminton. And nothing he can't do. He's just like me in real life. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I say that when he tune in and focus, he got that it factor, man. You know, you're going to surpass whoever the great was because it's a different time at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you should want somebody to surpass you because that means the game is evolving. So, yeah, shout out to him.
Now, if we keep driving, if we keep heading west, as you mentioned, past Lake Charles and things like that. We may get to Houston. And we running into Miss Beyonce, who also has roots in Louisiana. Now we know about what she's done with Destiny Child and the things that she's doing in the music game. Her being a diva today and possibly being one of the greatest females that we've ever seen in entertainment.
All time.
Will we ever see in a female artist eclipse what Beyonce is doing right now? She's still young, so she still could continue, to do things.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't see no female that wanted that bad yet. Just being honest with y'all, I don't see it yet. I see DAMAR, and then I see Beyonce. But after that, I don't see. When I say who want it, bro, you gotta study what she does, from the diet to her work ethic to the machine she is. You hear me? Like people don't understand how hard she works still to this day. So when I get around people like that, I've been in a Beyonce session, a Rihanna session, man, I see what it take. It's over with.
Okay.
It's over with. I soak it all in. I'm a sponge. You hear me? So yeah, I don't see it right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna gas nobody up.
Now, a lot of my homies who live in Louisiana, I love chicken, so they used to be on me like, man, don't worry about Popeyes.
Go to Brothers.
Don't worry. Oh, I was gonna ask you about Raising Cane.
Snap! About Cane?
I know about Cane.
Hey, this is my dog forever.
So I was going.
He stood up.
You mess with Zaxby's or any of that out here?
Man, fuck Zaxby's.
So can Zaxby's eclipse what the Canes is bringing in Louisiana?
Nah, let me tell you why Zaxby's fucked up, man. Excuse my language.
You all good.
Let me tell you why Zaxby's messed up, man. See, at Zaxby's got the juice, man. See, they affordable. It's cool. Everybody can go there when they want to, but they give you different options. See, at Cane's, you get one sauce.
Yeah, but that sauce good as hell.
Because they stick to the sauce, to the product, like Denzel said. Don't change my product, man. So when you alter their product, you gotta give them options because you're not the original. When you copy, you one step behind, man. Shout out to Cane's. It's up, man. Louisiana, it's up.
So you have a record right now that I believe is really going to take off with CMG's Yo Gotti.
Thank you, bro.
Club Again. Talk to me about how that record took place and how you and Gotti actually began to work together.
Man, it's a blessing. By the way, man, me and my brother Big Fruit, bro. Like I said, that's my production partner. We was at the crib, loaded, and I made that beat. And he was like, man, turn the beat on real quick, man. Load it on Pro Tools. And then first thing he said was, how the hell you let another nigga see you naked? I was like, bro, that's my story. Because he already know the whole, we was staying in the same crib, you know what I'm saying? Had a stupid house in East Cobb, you hear me? So anyways, I wrote my verses in the hook. We all wrote together, bro. And it was up after that. So when I linked with Gotti, we linked up in L.A.
Okay.
He called me to Kanye studio, man. So we linked up at Kanye, and we chopped it up for like 2 or 3 hours, real talk. Like, worked and everything, watched my videos. And when I finally played the record, bro, he sent me the verse back in like a month. And it was the best verse he ever gave on the R&B record of all time, man. Like, I'm telling you, people know that verse word for word already, bro.
Yeah, that John Hart. That's a nice record. That's a very nice record.
I still listen to his verse. I skip my verse still sometimes just because I've been hearing my verse so many times. I'll still be like, man, this Gotti verse, bro, retarded for real. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it happened, bro. Like, and like I said, it all happened through Mel. Mel, he's gone. He died 2 days after my Change video we shot. But that's my manager. That's his manager too, man, at the time. And like I said, he been and let Gotti know what was down, man. Like I said, he actually heard the music though. I was like, okay, I see what was going on, and it was love after that, bro. So salute to Gotti, bro, a real dude for real.
So you say the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
But right now, your 8-track project, Unfaithful, is out. Let people know where they can check that out. And what else do you have coming up as the year 2017 continues?
Man, we got an Unfaithful tour we putting together, man. It's going crazy. Like I said, I'm from a small town, so I'm doing something for the big markets and the small markets. You know, we got some new merch coming out. And at the same time, Unfaithful, it went top 10 the first day. So we pushing this to #1. That's what we focusing on, man. Spreading the words. A lot of people who haven't heard it versus who have heard it. So let's just get it popping. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just pushing it to the streets, man.
Let our viewers actually also know where they can follow you via social media and how they can stay in tune with your movement.
Yeah, man. Follow me at DAMAR Jackson on Twitter, at DAMAR Jackson on Instagram, Facebook, all that, man. Even go to y'all page and check me out, because I know y'all got me on there with the love you did. It's fam now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We got you. I mean, you're a dope artist, man. I can say that. And what I will say, dog,
I appreciate that.
a lot of I listen to what people say when they're talking and whatnot, and you're speaking your greatness. Like, I'm big on that. You have to speak things into existence.
I swear, bro. Like you gotta know
God's not gonna hear you if you stay silent.
Man,
you know
what?
I'm saying?
I
Like,
God,
you must speak things into existence. Muhammad Ali spoke about his greatness. Jay-Z continues to speak about his greatness.
Still
he did forever.
Day,
you must speak about your greatness. If you're not gonna brag about yourself,
even you tag his shit, man. Tag his shit. I've been watching your shit go ham for years, bro.
I appreciate
real
that,
talk.
man.
So when you was saying that shit, I was like, yeah, nigga, I feel it, man. I feel the same way. There's a lot of records I done did for niggas. They ain't put my name featured on that bitch. So that's why I do my 999 and tag myself. You heard me? It's up. Yeah, DAMAR Jackson everywhere. You can't stop nothing over here, bro. It's over with.
When you're creators, we hate y'all stealing from us, but the one thing is God is going to keep funneling and keep giving us ways to create.
Every
so follow
time.
this brother right here. And you actually gave us a treat. Now, I know recently you released the audio to the record with Gotti, so I believe you left that for us so the viewers can check that out. Let's introduce that,
Check
man.
out my new record, man. It's called Club Again, featuring Yo Gotti, produced by myself, DAMAR Jackson. Man, it's up, man. Let's get it.